Good afternoon, families. We're a little late on today's Nature Nugget, but we wanted to highlight specifically what's going on right now in our weather. Today we're going to talk a little bit about weather changes, and storms, specifically lightning and thunderstorms. So storms generally occur because there's a difference in what?
The air temperature.
The air temperature. Today, a cold front moved in, and when a front moves in, it really is like a line of a change in air temperature. So a cold front moved in, and that plowed through whatever warm air existed and sent all that warm air where? Straight up into the sky. And when that happened, it creates the large clouds that usually are thunderstorms. And sometimes on a nice summer day that was beautiful and clear to start out with, you see those clouds building up because moisture starts to build up on top of itself. Today it was a little different. It already started out as a cloudy day, so we wouldn't have seen those exact changes. But the cold front moved in, and usually when a front moves in, we notice, the first thing that we notice is what in the trees? Lots of wind. Very good, because a front is an example of the wind or the air, the changing. And today, when that front moved in, it created a situation of cold air all around us and the warm air is up top. Now, today we are preparing for a lightning and a thunderstorm. Now, thunder never happens without lightning. Alex, let's talk a little bit about lightning.
Lightning is created by bumps of water smashing together because there's magnet electricity inside the water from the heat. So when they bump together, it creates lightning.
Correct. Lightning is the result.
And that's why it always strikes something that's metal.
Because it wants to take some of that energy and discharge it or get rid of it. No one wants to have too much energy, right, moms and dads? So lightning, when it strikes, that's its way of shedding some of the extra energy that it has. Alex is right. There's a cause or a disruption inside a cloud, a static charge that gets created. And as Alex explained, it bumps into rain droplets and ice droplets. And when they touch each other and move past each other, things called electrons, or those energy boosters, add up and subtract until finally there's so many charged up electrons, so many charged up particles, the atmosphere or the air in between the top of the cloud and the bottom of the cloud aren't enough to hold back those charges, and it creates a spark, and that's where lightning comes from. Now, thunder is the sound of lightning. Thunder is the sound of lightning. Specifically, it's the sound of the space of air that gets created when the charge of lightning or the spark of lightning disappears. So once the air gets burned up, there's a column or a tube like a straw full of empty space, and that empty space creates a sound wave. It creates a sound wave called thunder. And so even though you might hear thunder and you don't see lightning, that's just because the lightning was farther away. And sometimes you see lightning but don't hear the thunder, and that's the opposite. That means it went a different direction. So we have to stay safe in lightning storms and thunderstorms, so staying inside is important.
Because my mom has a 50% chance she's going to get stuck because her necklace is made of iron.
Alex is very concerned about me being outside because I have metal on my necklace, but for the most part, lightning wants to discharge to the first thing it can. Big tall trees, lightning rods on big tall buildings, and things like that. So I'm pretty safe, but I wouldn't play outside in a lightning and thunderstorm either, especially today because it's a particularly cold one. We can hear the wind, we can see the big droplets of rain coming, and sometimes if we look carefully enough, we notice that some of them are freezing or turning into hail, or could be thick.
I saw one that froze.
So that is all happening inside the cloud as different types of particles are moving around and bouncing around up top there. Well, before I get too cold, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you guys for listening today. Thanks for hanging in with us and waiting for our nature nugget today. We hope that even though it was a crummy day outside, that you can still look through your windows, observe what you see, write down those observations, draw your pictures, and we'll see you next time.